Hi, welcome back to The Beat at WonderCon. It's the morning show, but it's not morning. We've already established that. I am Heidi MacDonald. It's day 2 here at WonderCon in Anaheim, or as I like to call it, the Heim. I'm going to start off, actually, bring it down. I want to be serious for one moment. Just heard about 2 deaths. So one is Mark Alessi, who was the owner of CrossGen, which was a unusual comic book company back in the 90s where they brought everybody into a campus to work. Anyway, Mark passed away yesterday. He certainly had a fascinating and intense career in comics, but condolences to those who worked with him. He definitely left a mark. Also, so sad, Leslie Sternberg passed away, the cartoonist. She was a contributor to women's comics and many other women's anthologies, and a friend of mine in New York, her and her late husband Adam, they were a mensch, just the greatest people who were so kind and giving, and Leslie was such an underrated, great cartoonist. Anyway, we'll definitely have more about this on The Beat. I just wanted to mention that Leslie passed away, and a lot of people are very sad about it, myself included. So rest in peace, Leslie, and thank you for everything that you've done. So anyway, bringing it back to WonderCon, I said it would never sell out. You know what? I was wrong. It did sell out. Today, Saturday, sold out. Parking has been horrible. There's a lot of parking advisories. Our own crew had a horrible time parking. Apparently, there's a lot of issues going out there. The big centerpiece today is a couple things. There is a Shazam panel where they're going to have Zachary Levi talking about the movie. It's been very well received. Everybody's had very positive things to say about it. Very lighthearted. Also, continuing celebration of Batman's 80th birthday. So I was just on the BBC, audio only, talking to them. For it will be on the BBC tonight, also on NPR, about Batman's 80th. And they seemed really bummed when I said, "Oh, they're having a panel," and they're like, "Is that all there is? Is that all there is?" Anyway, I'm not going to do Peggy Lee. I kind of felt the same thing. So I'm trying to Google to find out more. I mean, hopefully, there are mottos, the snappers. Those are so much fun. I don't think anything can celebrate without the snapper. And you pops, and then you have a little motto inside and possibly a toy. In England, they have paper hats also that come inside. So it's really a very complete toy. So anyway, I hope Batman is celebrating somehow a little better. The Batman team was here yesterday. Tom King, Scott Snyder, Ben Capullo, huge lines for all of them. No surprise, they are elite creators. But anyway, happy birthday, Batman. You are one of a kind, my friend. Oh yeah, so we had the Dark Phoenix cast in here yesterday. I also went to the panel. They showed a lot of footage. They had this really crazy scene with Michael Fassbender as Magneto, and he walks into a building, and then a train comes right behind him and smashes through the building. And as I was watching, I was thinking, it's so cool what they can do with CGI now. It looks so real. And then Simon Kinberg, who you saw we were talking to yesterday, he was on the panel, and he explained that in that shot, they'd actually built a real train. And it was a real train pushing through and breaking the set, so they only had one take. And I was like, you know what? That was pretty badass. The panel went over very well. So maybe better things coming for that movie. Speaking of badass, we also just had the cast and producers of DC Superhero Girls in here, Lauren Faust and company. And wow, they're so cool. It's so amazing to see this cartoon about these kick-ass superheroes as girls. And Lauren Faust is amazing. She's worked on Powerpuff Girls and of course My Little Pony, and now bringing her talents to the show with a great voice cast. It's really, really cool. I was in Artist Alley for a little bit. I was talking to Marv Wolfman, the great Marv Wolfman, my mentor. He's telling me that he has a standalone graphic novel that just came out that's among the best of his career, and hopefully I'll be talking to him later on about that for our podcast. I ran into my good friend Ryan Leibovitz of the Golden Apple, and Ryan is sick of it when I say, I've known him since he was this high, but it's true. Of course, I was only this high, but Ryan and I were both talking about, for me, this is kind of a return to my haunts, because I used to live in Los Angeles, but it was a long time ago. So when I go around WonderCon, it's kind of like a homecoming. It's like I went to my high school reunion, because I see a lot of people, and it's just kind of the vibe that I had when I lived here back in the day. So I was saying to Ryan, whose father, Bill Leibovitz, ran the Golden Apple, of course. The Golden Apple is 40 years old this year, one of the premier, most influential comic shops of all time. I was saying, if it's bad for me, he says, oh, I get so tired. People are just constantly coming up to him saying, oh, I've known you, I watched you grow up. And then I said, the funny thing about the world, growing up in this world, is that you also get to see this world grow up. And I have to say that comics have really grown up. And when you walk around here and all the people you meet, the costumes, the booths, the publishers, just the expansion, the streaming media, the over-the-top, the TV shows, the movies, the podcasts, it's just everywhere. And it's pretty incredible. So, yeah, that's our WonderCon Day 2 report. Hopefully we will make it through the night. We've got some karaoke coming up tonight, so tomorrow might be... Thank you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back at WonderCon.
Read Comics Beat!